everyone, it's Missy here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I have the 10 palettes I would keep if I could only keep 10. This has been going around. I have no idea who originated it. I know I believe I've seen Haley and Becca both do this. I will check their description box to see if they have the originator. And if I can't find it and you know who it was or who it is, please let me know so I can link them. So I commented on Becca's video that we had a couple in common that I would pick, and she said I'd like to see that, and I thought, you know what, I'll just film it. Here we are. I'm filming it today, and I may also film a counterpart to this, like if I could only keep, or like if I had to declutter 10, or I don't know, something along that manner. I'm having the itch to declutter some things and really kind of narrow down my collection. And if you guys know and you follow, blushes and eyeshadow palettes are the ones that I have the most of. So I have not included any of the palettes that came into my life in the month of April. So the one from Give Me Glow, the one from Nomad, the one from Cleona, any of my singles or any of the palettes that I created like through Lethal. This is just already made palettes. And I only have 4 brands. How did that happen? I don't know. Let us start with the first palette. So I am not someone who likes to wear neutrals very often. You guys know that, but when I do, I prefer cool tone neutrals. So in Becca's video, she picked the Bare Necessities, but mentioned that she would pick the Stone Cold Fox, and I'm going with the Stone Cold Fox. I haven't gotten to use this a whole bunch, but you can tell that I do have some use on it. I believe this was in No Pan Left Behind last year. But you have your mauve tones, you have your kind of cooler tone browns, and then you have this kind of row of silvers, etc. And some people say that theirs isn't good quality. This is probably one of the better quality ColourPop palettes I have. I really enjoy the formula that's in this. I find the mattes to be buttery and smooth. I find the shimmers to be impactful. But if I'm going to go neutral, it's going to be something like this. So this is definitely one that I would keep in my arsenal. The second one that is also kind of neutral leaning would be this. This is the Rose Quartz by Huda Beauty. You guys know I can never say Huda Beauty. I don't know why. I just can't. This is a cool tone lover's dream. You've got so many different textures, and you've got so many different like mattes. Most of them lean purple. It definitely pulls pink, definitely pulls purple, but it's such a beautiful palette that you could wear. Like if you worked a 9-to-5 job and you were worried about, you know, you couldn't go like something like this or full color. This is a beautiful palette. I now own all of her palettes that are this size. Yeah. Well, in the plastic, like I don't have the new nudes, but I have this one, I have Mercury, I have the Naughty Nudes, and all 3 of them, the formula is just fantastic. So this is definitely one that I would keep. Okay, so next shouldn't be a surprise if you follow me. I even bought a backup, and that's this. This is the BH Cosmetics Litless palette, and I absolutely love this palette. This was probably one of the best ones I purchased last year, other than the Rose Quartz, which I got for a birthday or Christmas present. This is beautiful. You have a couple of rows of neutrals, but then you get greens, you get pinks, you get reds, you get blues. You can go deep and smoky, you can go really light. I am literally painting 14 of these shades, and that's one of the reasons why I bought a backup, but also because there's some seepage and stuff. So I may have to end up depotting this. But the mattes are so good. The shimmers are so good. These kind of glittery topper ones, they're not glitter. Like there is a pressed glitter, but these aren't like glitter. They're just beautiful. I have this one right here in my inner corner. They're just so beautiful. And if you can find this on Macari, if you can find this at TJ Maxx, 100% recommend. So those are the 3 kind of neutral palettes that I would bring along. Let's talk about rainbow palettes. We're going to talk about this one first. This is the Glamlight Ice Cream Dreams palette. I love this palette. I've heard some people say that they don't like the quality, and I'm like, you must have got something that's expired, because I have never had an issue with pigmentation, etc. You've got some neutrals, but you also have these beautiful pastel mattes, and you've got some really pretty kind of shifty, this one shifts, I believe. Some shifty shades, and the Glam Light formula is just so good. I know not everybody likes it, but for me, I think it's perfect. And this would definitely be one that I would keep because you have a huge variety of pastels, but you can also kind of deepen them up, and you also have a little bit of neutral. So this would be my pastel. For my mid-tone, it would be the Cake palette. I'm missing a shade in here because it's in my A to Z palette, but this is just beautiful. This would be perfect. This would have been the absolute most perfect palette if we'd lost this shimmer for like a lime green shimmer. This palette would have been the perfect rainbow palette. And if we got rid of one of these purples and it was like a bright red, I think this would have been perfect. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, I love the formula. The shimmers are really soft. They almost remind me of like a putty or a Super Shock formula. Sorry, I'm looking at my mirror, looking at the palette, but it's really, really good. I absolutely love it. And I think this is the perfect mid-tone kind of rainbow palette. For my deep sultry palette, it's this one. It's a Mood. I actually haven't even used this palette. Maybe I've used one or two. Beyond the pressed glitters, I just absolutely love these jewel tones. Jewel tones, especially in the fall. Already smells bad. I haven't even used this yet. I have barely even, when did this come out? Like last fall? Anywho, you have your rows of colors, and I'm really drawn to these kind of deep greens, deep purples, deep teals. Really, really pretty. This one smells like it's gone off. I'm gonna have to look to see when I bought it. But this is definitely something that I would reach for deep, dark, vampy colors for the fall. And then the last four palettes are monochromatic palettes. We're going to start with the first one, which was this one. This is the Wine palette. This is, of course, a purple. I could have gone with also the J-Cat one, the Dia and Noche's one, but I like the mattes in this one better. And you get, you can go pretty deep. These are more of like a blue, kind of blue tone. You do get a couple of berries, but I do like the cool tone purples in this palette. And again, I really love the formula in these. This is one that Becca picked, and that's this. This is the Avocado Toast palette. And I picked this one for the greens. So this one is really, really light. Sorry, that's my brother. This one's really, really light. And you can do an all green look, but you also have these pops of neutrals that you can put in. I absolutely love this palette. It's currently in my Pan Those eyeshadows. Did that video go up already? Yes, it did. So I'm currently working on Ripe, but all of these mattes are just so pretty, and this formula from BH is just so good. Excuse me. So this is palette number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palette number 8. Palette number 9 is this one. This is the Mimosa palette, and I'm picking this because of all the peachiness. It was a tie for either this one or the Sweet Talk from ColourPop. I like the ones in this one a bit better because they're a bit brighter. You also have got a couple that shift. They're shifty tones. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. And again, people are finding these at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. So if you frequent those places and you see this, I would 100% pick it up because it's absolutely beautiful. I did no pan left behind in this, but look at this one. I mean, it's so flippin' pretty. Misty, why are you swatching? I don't know. I want to. And it can pull peach and it can pull pink depending on the mattes that you put around it. So such a beautiful, just so beautiful. I'm currently painting the Lost in Los Angeles palette. If that was bigger and had more shades, that may have beat out the ice cream palette, but it's got too many neutrals for me for a 16 colorful palette. So last but not least is this one. This is the Blueberry Muffin palette. And again, I'm picking this because it has the blues, but it also has these really bright, fun colors. If I could, I would have more blues and brighter blues, but I would get those in the Glam Light and the other BH and the Cake palette. So I think This is really pretty. And again, you've got some neutrals that you can play with as well. So those are the 10. So out of 10, 4 are BH, 2 are ColourPop, 3 are Glamlight, and 1 is Huda Beauty. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do you agree with my picks? What do you think? I'm going to have to reach out to ColourPop about this It's a Mood palette because I don't think it's even a year old and it already smells like it's gone off. I bought that palette in September, so it's not even a year old. I sent them an email asking if I can exchange it. I will keep you posted. So we'll see what they have to say. And I haven't even had a chance to use it. Maybe I've used 1 or 2 shades, but that's ridiculous. Anyway, that's it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Let me know if you agree with my picks. If you have these same ones, what would you pick? If you don't have a channel, I would love to hear the top 10 that you would pick. Other than that, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Make sure you follow me over on Instagram. And yeah, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.